Hi, I'm Nola,
Hi, I'm Aaron.
Hey, I'm Sam.
and we're here to talk to you about some of the topics from the show It's Not About Love. We're going to rewind and rework a scene and show you some important moments.
Yeah, we're going to talk about what you can do if you have a friend that's in an abusive relationship or just different red flags that you might see. So we're going to start this discussion with a scene from our play. Actors ready? Action.
How you doing?
Better, better every day, and I'm seeing a counselor now too.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize things were so bad you needed to go see a counselor.
Alicia, what did you think? This is really hard for me, and like my confidence is in the gutter.
Paloma, come on. Like, he wasn't that bad. There were a lot of good things about you two.
Ooh, and freeze. So we can already see a lack of support coming from Alicia, being dismissive and saying that it wasn't that bad. A more positive approach would have been better. I mean, even just listening at this point would have been better. It's already hard to talk about mental health, but it makes it even harder when our friends and family aren't being supported. So back to our scene. Actors ready? Action.
Alicia, you were the one who used to beg me to break up with him. When he wasn't being insulting or controlling, he was making me feel like I was stupid or that my ideas were, or that I was somehow in charge of his moods. And then there was that time that
When he hit you, yes, I remember, but you said that that was your fault. And I realized I was only getting one side of the story.
Alicia, are you serious?
Paloma, come on. He misses you so much. If only you could hear how sad he sounds every time I talk to him.
Every time you talk to him? Alicia, how often do you talk to him?
Well, not often. It's not a big deal. He's just lonely, so he calls sometimes.
And freeze. So obviously, Alicia was aware that there is some abuse going on, but she's just being dismissive of it. So we have some things we want you to discuss. What could you say to a friend that's in an abusive relationship? And what can you do if they refuse to admit it? Should you report it? And if you do, then to who? Feel free to discuss these questions now or after the video. Well, hopefully you won't find you or a friend in this situation. But if you do, please say something as soon as possible. These kinds of relationships can have serious consequences.
And take some time to stop and think about why someone might bully or have a controlling behavior in a relationship, be abusive in a relationship. We know that those behaviors are learned behaviors. It could be something they learned from home or from games, the media, or other aspects of their life.
Yeah, and none of that makes it okay. But it can be easier to notice and call out this behavior when you understand why it's happening.
People who are being hurt in relationships won't always admit that they are. It's a lot harder to help somebody who doesn't want the help, but it's important to report things when you're worried about their safety and well-being.
We also want you to remember three things. One, different people have different ways of thinking and responding in these situations.
Yeah, number two, everybody's actions or inactions are motivated by something in their life, whether they realize it or not.
And number three, abuse in a relationship isn't just physical. It can be verbal and emotional. Things like controlling a partner's schedule, their friendships, and constantly putting you down are just a few examples of non-physical abuse.
We just want you all to be safe in your relationships. If you see this behavior, call it out and stand up for each other.
Try to make a plan with your friend on how they can safely leave that relationship if it has gotten to that point. If safety and health is a pressing concern, you can reach out to local community resources or law enforcement for help. The National Teen Dating Abuse Hotline and the Women's Center for Advancement are just a few resources, but there are more on a list that we sent along with the video of the show.
At the end of the day, everyone, no relationship should cause consistent anxiety, fear, or concern. If you notice any of these red flags in your relationships or friends, please say something as soon as possible.
Just stay safe, guys. Thanks for listening.
Bye.